Nowadays we see so many videos about people buying things off Temu. Things they just buy for the sake of buying. And probably won't use more than 3 times. This is called overconsumption, something that's getting too normalized in my opinion. And will definitely impact our environment and our future. Just like eating meat, us doing it is not the problem, us doing it too much is the problem. So in this video I would like to show you some products I bought from Temu and still use every day. And to be completely transparent, I also bought so many things off Temu. Sometimes I felt like it was an addiction. How they design their website is really addicting and definitely know what they're doing. But with the switch of mindset, I learned how to only buy things that have a purpose. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I also included some timestamps in case you would like to skip to the relevant part. And the first part of this video is gear and gadgets. One of my favorite things to buy actually. And we start with one of the first things I ever bought from Temu. Meet my sword. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Like, look how many colors it has. It's like a party. And a blue one. And a yellow one. And a blue one. And a purple one. Now it changed colors. I didn't even know it could do that. I have this thing for months and it still surprises me every day. And this thing is so cool. I always use this, even professionally, because it's just so nice to have this extra light with you. This thing is so useful, it saved my life. Especially when I was shooting in clubs. Everyone knows that in clubs the light is so horrible, but with this thing I could still manage to get some really cool shots. It's really strong as well. And for the price, it's worth it. So definitely buy this thing. And another light I still use a lot is this thing. This you can put on your camera, and also this one is so strong. You can see it, it's amazing. Now I'm a villain. This one doesn't have different colors, but you can change the temperature and the strength. This is just so nice to have in your camera bag in case you don't have enough lights. You can just put this on and yeah, rock the day. And speaking about the other gadget is this tripod. And as you can see, it's a really small tripod, but you can make it so tall. I also mentioned this thing in my DJI Pocket 3 video. So when I don't have space to bring my own tripod, I just bring this thing. I have to say, till now I only tried it with like my Pocket 3, which is like a small camera. I personally would use it for like the small cameras. But when it comes to bigger cameras, I am really scared that it will fall. But I assume you can also use this for bigger cameras. Especially when I'm going to travel, I will just bring this thing. And when I just would like to do some photography of like a small video, I can just put it there and film myself. When you're in a hotel room, I would definitely put my big camera on this, then it's more stable. Another light I also really enjoyed but don't have with me currently is this light over here. It's a really cool light to create like a cool atmosphere. I use this in some videos when I need like a spotlight effect. I definitely should experiment more with this light because last time I used it I had so much fun. But I will include some b-roll of me using it so that you can see what this light can do and how strong it is. It's also a really nice thing to have and it's really cheap. Another gadget I recommend is this. These things are usually quite expensive when you buy it from somewhere else. There's like this reflection screen. They also have like different colors like gold and white and silver. The thing is I use it at home, but I still haven't figured out how you can fold it. And probably it's really simple, I just have to look it up one day. So now it's just like this in my room, but yeah, I definitely should look up how you can fold this thing. Is it like this? Yeah, I feel really dumb. I haven't figured it out yet, but... So you don't get a screen like this. You get it like really small and it's supposed to fold back. And there's a trick for it, but I still haven't figured it out yet. A goal of the month is like learn how to fold this thing. But it's really useful to have this thing without and with. Highly recommend this as well. Just be smarter than me and learn how to fold it back. And this one is not for my camera, but for my MacBook. And there's like this splitter. For the people who have the MacBook, I have like this touchscreen one and they removed the USB port and the CD card port. So I had to buy this. You just put like the CD card and it's fixed. So yes, definitely would recommend it. It was really cheap. Other thing I often use in my videos is like this table that rotates like 360 degrees. It's probably amazing if you would like to do some product videos or just have something rotate on a board thing. When you buy it, careful with the size because I've seen really small ones and it depends on the products you use, how big you need it to be. Another thing, mine had not really a common battery, so I can only rotate it when I connect with the USB. So I have to find this battery. So I also recommend when you buy one to make sure the battery it requires and if it's common in your area. That will avoid a lot of problems, believe me. Another thing you can definitely find is all like green screen and blue screens. If you need those kind of screens, I recommend to buy it on Temu because they're really high quality, it's really thick fabric, and yeah, I don't have any complaints about it till now. So let's talk about bags. Like all the bags I bought from Temu were awesome. One thing I regularly use nowadays is like the small camera bag. And the cool thing is that it has two pockets. You have like one big one for your camera, like all my camera, including the lens fit inside. And you also have like this small pocket at the front for your batteries. And yes, this is heaven. Because before I had a big camera bag and it was really annoying to bring it always with me. But with this thing, see, it's so small. So when I go out shooting for photography or something small, I always bring this thing and I'm not disappointed at all. So highly recommend this bag. Another bag I bought is not really meant for it, but I often use the Atomos monitor and I haven't found a good case for it yet. So I was so happy when I find this thing. It's a little bit bigger, but I can fit like the batteries and all the other accessories of the Atomos Ninja 5. And there's also like a front pocket for the extras. I really need it. And it's the perfect size. If you have like a Ninja 5, I really recommend this bag. And recently I also bought like this camera bag and I'm also really happy with this one. One thing I really liked about this bag is that you have this side pocket where it's really easy to grab your cameras. Another thing I also really like is that you can lock the zippers with the key to avoid it to be stolen, which is also really important when you have a camera bag. There's also this area for the batteries, which is also really handy. There's also like a pocket here at the back. So if you have like really important things, you can put it here, like your passport or your keys, so that nobody can like steal it. You invest a lot of money in your camera, so also make sure to have the proper backpack. Another gadget I can recommend for the Pocket 3 is like this backpack clip. So you can just put your Pocket 3 inside and just clip this on your backpack. This is perfect when you are going to shoot some point of view shots or just walking around with the camera. And speaking about the Pocket 3, another thing I really love is like this magnet clip. Oh, and this saved my life so many times because you can just put your camera inside, and because it has a magnet you can put it like everywhere that's magnetic. And like this way you can get some really cool shots. So yes, if you have the Pocket 3, get this thing because you can get so creative with this thing. And another thing I really use a lot is this thing. I love it so much that I try to find a branded thing for better quality. I have to say the quality is not bad. I still use it. The material is not metal. Yeah, it feels like it could break. So I was looking for like something from metal, but I still haven't found it yet because I love this shape. You can just put your camera in here. You can hold it like this, and on the top you can also mount some different things. What I also brought from Temu is like this thingy. I forgot the English name, but it's like where you can see if your camera is straight. I also put a monitor on top and a microphone on the side, and I used it for so many gigs. It's really good material, and just the metal material makes it a little bit more stronger. But yes, this thing, it saved my life so many times. And another thing I recently ordered for my Pocket 3, these two things. I didn't like the included case, but hopefully with this thing I feel like the camera will be protected better and it's just more handier to take it with you. I'm really excited for it. Like Temu is like some really handy gadget for your camera. Really definitely something you should look out for. Other gadgets I like from Temu, first of all, is like this card. This is really nice if you would like to set the white balance. It has like white, gray and black card. Usually I use gray or white for the white balance. And yes, it's just so small and it's really useful to have it with you. Another thing that's really useful is this umbrella. Like first I bought it as a joke because I thought it was funny, but when I used it when it was raining, it was so handy. You can just put it on top of your camera and it will be protected from the rain a little bit. So it's not just cute, but it's also really useful. And another thing I use daily is this thing. It's like this small suitcase where you can like store your CD cards and battery. And the protection is amazing. I can just put it inside my backpack. And when I need a new battery or new SD card, I can just grab this and I know everything is at one place. Be organized when you go shooting. So enough about cameras, let's talk about fashion. I bought so many. Our bucket hats. Like, I have to say, Temu has so many cool bucket hats. When it comes to hair products, look on Temu. This is one of my favorite bucket hats ever. I feel like maybe this bucket hat gives tripping in Amsterdam vibe, but I don't care, I just love it. And when I need something for my hair, I look on Temu. I also buy my bonnets over there, the thing you use when you sleep to keep your hair nice. I also bought this really cool cap for my friend and she loved it as well. Another thing I use a lot is like this spray thingy. I love it so much that I bought a new one. So I usually put oil inside this or water and just use it when I do my hair. Like I said, when you need hair products, go to Temu because so many useful things which will make your hair routine much easier. I mean, this one is not special, but I also bought this belt from Temu. And I don't know, I just like this belt, so I want to include this in this video. Yeah, it's really simple, but I don't know, if you need a belt, just buy it from Temu. It was really cheap and it's one of my favorite belts Another thing I use so often is like this, I don't know the English word. It's like this pets bag. It's so nice to storage your pets for the ladies. Back then I just throw it in my backpack, but some people make like a really big problem of this. So now I use this bag mainly because I love to be organized. When someone needs a pet, then I just give them this thing and they can just grab one comfortably behind the wall. In my opinion, it should be normalized to just show these things. I don't know why people make such a big problem that we carry this around, because it's nature. I didn't ask for my period, but it's really handy to have this kind of thing. Who doesn't love to be organized? In this section, I would like to talk more about the things you can bring on your trip or on your travels. And first thing is this. I have a white and a blue one from different brands, but it's basically an adapter for different countries. And yeah, you definitely need this when you travel a lot. It's awesome because they're usually really expensive. I see them in stores for like 30 or 40 euros. And on Temu, it's like half the price or even less. And this one has multiple USBs. I can't wait to travel and use it more. Another thing I use often is this rice water separator. I don't know how it's called. Like there's like small holes on the side. Yeah, so when you do this, the water leaves like this thing. I use it when I make pasta or rice. And I don't know, it's just so handy to have this in your kitchen. For the cookie princesses and princess under us. Another thing you probably might not think about is a business card holder. And it's so handy to have everything in one place. And it also looks really professional. So I definitely recommend the business holder. You look so organized and professional, it's worth it. Another thing for the house is the color catcher. For the people that don't know what it is, when you do your laundry with different colors, it's good to have this because it gets the colors. When I do laundry, I always use this thing. I think it's saved my clothes so many times. And I bought 200 for a really cheap price. So yes, I highly recommend to invest in this. Another thing you might need for your trip is compression cubes. What the compression cube does, it can make the cube smaller so that you have more space. So yes, it's something I was looking for, and I found some really cheap ones on Temu in a beautiful color as well. So yes, if you're on Temu, just grab it because it's so useful to have. One of the things I recommend for the book lovers is this magnet clip. And when you like reading, you can put it like between your pages, and it's just so easy to put on and to remove. They're lying all around my house. I'm like someone that starts so many books at the same time. So with this thing, I can like separate them and just finish where I left off. And they're really cheap and you get so many for the cheap price. Another thing I got, but have to still try out yet, is like this water bottle. The thing about this water bottle is it's like squeezed, it's like really compact, but when you put in water, you can like expand it. And this is perfect when you go on a trip because when I'm traveling, for me it's always a big hassle to have like this full-size bottle, because it's usually so big, and I don't know, I just always unlucky when it comes to bringing water, but hopefully this will save my problem. I love transparent bags because you don't have to use the bags on the airplane. They also come with little organizers. Yes, this is definitely necessary when you're like going on a plane and you have to fit everything in a small bag. This is like airplane approved, so you don't need to have another transparent bag. You just put your things inside, go to the airport and just live carefree. That's what we all want, right? So I hope this video helped you. If you have some recommendations, also let me know down in the comments. YouTube think you might like this video, just check it out, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye!